We are live.
All right. Good night, everybody. Welcome, 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 welcome. This is our first post results live. So
Yeah.
I expect that the whole vibe is different today. Past few weeks, every time we ask, is anxious, stress. This week, the mood is different, right, Kuan?
Yeah. The mood is more celebratory. That's how I
Yes.
say that word.
Yes.
And we just enjoying ourselves right now. We are so privileged to have with us here tonight. We have Rahel, Miriam. I just use the middle name Isabella, Timothy, Rebecca, Leah, Hannah, and Sana, and they all did well. I had the privilege of teaching everybody here as well, and they were all students at the student hub. So I asked them if they could come on, and we're gonna ask them some tough questions about how to study, what kind of results they expect, oh everything. So we're gonna talk to them. Hi Danelle. Danelle was here on the live already. Samantha was on this live already.
So,
Yeah. So, the first question, people, Rebecca, that I want to ask y'all is how was it when you went for your results? What were you expecting? What you got? Like in the portal. It's been a long time since I had a portal experience. How was that experience for y'all? And I'm going in order for y'all in my screen here. So Rahel, you first.
Um, well, it was something very unique to see all the hard work and sleepless nights and tears that I went
Tez.
through. Yeah. I used to run beat my physics book something. Yeah.
All right.
It come into fruition.
Mm-hmm. And what was your result?
I got 8 ones.
Eight ones.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
congrats, congrats.
Thanks.
Um, and Rahel had a big competition with Hannah and Edwin during class, so we'll see how much ones Hannah gets when we reach up there. And we'll see who won the competition. Maybe we could compare the profiles and see the A's and B's and things. Timothy, talk to me.
Good night, good night. Well, in Grenada specifically, the top performers get the results the night before. The Ministry of Education call the schools and allot them the top three performers actually. So the night before the CXC results, I didn't actually open the portal. I got the results from my principal. So he called me the night. Well, I predicted all grade ones, all 16 grade ones. I predicted it, and that's what I got. The principal called me the night and he informed me, and I was just shouting, screaming. My mom was crying.
Wait, you did say 16 ones, right? And here
Yes,
this
sir.
man 16 ones. So that is twice the amount of subjects that Rahel do. What was the reason for doing 16 subjects, Mr. Timothy? Nice watch, by the way.
Well, if I'm being completely honest, nobody needs to do 16 subjects. But,
All right,
I just
agreed.
Yeah, I just wanted to challenge myself because the previous record at my school was 15 subjects with 15 ones. So I just wanted to up that, and I just wanted to challenge myself, and promise the previous record holder that I was going to break his record.
Wow.
Yes, yeah.
Love that energy.
Out of those 16 subjects, let me just ask you something quickly before we go to Isabella. Out of those 16 subjects, which one would you consider the hardest one?
Out of the 16 subjects, well, this subject is not very popular among students, but it was the industrial technology electrical option A. Yeah, it was very difficult.
Rahel, you do that too? That was rough.
Yeah, I
That was
did. Yeah,
difficult.
yeah. It was rough. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
People who do that say tough too. So wow. And when you do 16, so you have a good gauge on the toughness.
Yeah.
Isabella, talk to me. How was that results?
So I actually logged in, like I was sitting here already at 6 p.m. to attempt to get my results. So I typed in everything. I sat here and it would not let me log it. It just said it's loading. For like 10 minutes, I am sitting here thinking the entire Caribbean is getting their results and what is happening to me. I'm not nervous at this point, but I'm just frustrated because I need my results. So then it
Right.
actually loaded, and I saw I got 8 grade ones, and I was
Right.
actually surprised because I walked out of a lot of the exams very unsure of myself. I think that I did okay, but not to the best that I could have done.
Right.
So it was a it was not a major shock, but some of them
Yeah.
happened unexpected.
If you say it's a major suck, I wouldn't believe you because once again, she just used to be in the top scores because in our classes assignment weekly and she just used to be in the top scores every week. But Miriam, talk to me. How was the results for you? And you got two
Um,
results, SAT and Cape.
yeah, I got both results on the same day.
Wow.
So with the SAT, I got that in the morning, and I wasn't really happy with my results. I got 1400,
Right. Which
and so
is a
I
good
kind
result,
of
by the way. Many people will kill for
um
1400 in SATs.
so the day I kind of wasn't really caring about Cape scores afterwards because I was so upset. And like I expected to log into the portal and then have to wait a long time. So I
Mhm.
wasn't really nervous. And then I got through right away
Right
and
away.
I saw that I got all four ones and I
Right.
was very surprised. So yeah.
Out of those four Cape subjects, as you do four, we do four subjects at Cape for those of you who don't know Cape as unit one, and then you do a next four for unit two. Out of those four Cape subjects, which would you say was the most challenging for you?
Well, um I think that out of all for communication, I was the most scared,
Right.
and that's because I actually enjoyed doing pure maths, physics, and chemistry, whereas to sit down and do communication, it was kind of a task.
Right.
So that was the hardest subject for me to study.
Okay, that's strange. But actually that's not strange. A lot of people is actually do bad in communication studies who naturally good in sciences or business that they do bad in communication. So congratulations and congratulations Isabella and Timothy. Rebecca, how was it in Guyana?
Well, it was the same as Isabella. I had logged in my information like an hour before results were supposed to be released. And as soon as I pressed enter, I got the results. And I was shocked because honestly, I did not think I would have gotten a grade one or a distinction in some of the subjects I did. But I was really thankful and I praise God. So
Right. What were your results?
I got 10 grade ones and 3 grade twos.
Wow. So you did 13 subjects. And why did you do so many subjects? Because anytime I post students who do a lot of subjects like Timothy, you, and it had some other students last year and thing, people they say, why them doing so? So what was your, why did you do so many subjects?
Well, for our school, the stream specifically, I'm in business stream, so there are a few required subjects that we need to do. So I just did those required subjects. So usually it's for a scholarship opportunity, but I didn't really need that.
Oh, okay. Okay. So it's just for a stream. Okay. Hannah.
Yeah, so
Yes. How was results?
to be honest, I had just left chemistry class and I told my mom, I had told her from the start of the week, don't be disappointed in me. Because I was kind of meh. And I was like, Mommy, there's a chance that I might not have done well, so don't be disappointed. So after I left chemistry class, I told her that she told my sister go get the belts. So I told my sister, okay, I'm gonna give you my laptop. I'm
Right.
gonna put in all the information. You log in while I go in the bathroom. So like she logged in. I didn't go in the bathroom. I sat there and I watched and I was like, I'm seeing a one. I'm seeing a one. And I'm like, whoa.
All right. So what was the result?
I got 7 ones this year, but I wrote last year.
Okay.
So I would just like to say I got 9 ones and Rahil got 8. So I won. Okay.
Rahel, hard luck, bro. Hard luck. Hannah wins at the end of the day. And Sana, you have a unique story. How was your results?
Well, I just did 6 subjects because I was in it within the course of a year. So I didn't really want to do too many. And I got all ones in the 6 subjects that I did. Yeah. The whole week before results, I was nervous. I was constantly trying to get into the portal, even though I know the results were in there. And then when Friday came, I literally couldn't even move. I said, probably sit down in front of my laptop for like at least 30 minutes, just trying to open it. And it was just, I was really nervous because I wasn't really expecting a one in economics, because the exam to me was somewhat difficult. And so I was really shocked when I got the ones. Yeah.
Okay. So Sana was the next student who is to hit, just be hitting them top scores too. But Sana, you told me something, and I don't know if you had told me this before about on the results. When you sent the results, is then when I really take it in. You say you left school at the ending of Form 4?
I left school at the start of Form 4. Well, really at the ending of Form 3. Online school was just, it was too many hours for me to sit down on the computer, and it wasn't as effective as I wanted it to be. So I just joined lessons for some extra revision, and then I find the approach that the Sion Hub had, it was really good. So I was like, you know what, I think I could leave school, put my trust in the teachers at the Sion Hub, and then, just, so yeah.
So you just did classes with the Student Hub, and you didn't go to school?
Yeah.
So you just drop out as people in the chat must be taking notes, take notes, drop out of school, just do lessons. Facts says dinner. So well, yeah, congratulations to all of you all on your great results. I have a list of questions here that I want to ask. I'm sure Leah probably has some questions that she wants to squeeze in. Leah, you can feel free to ask the questions because I'm just going to keep talking nonstop.
Okay. You go ahead for now. I'll cut you off when I need to.
Got it. So I want to ask Miriam about like what was the challenges with online classes. I remember I was speaking to you maybe last month, and you say when you're preparing for SATs and you cleared off your time and that kind of thing, how you all make the online classes with, because all of you all did online classes. So what was your tips for that, or your challenges, and how you overcome it?
For me, I liked online classes, at least with school, because a lot of the teachers would send the notes and send the PowerPoint, so it was easy for me to miss classes. Like how for the SATs, I took a week off before to study just for that, and it was easy to do that. The work can be overwhelming though, because I think that you don't have your teachers in school making sure that you're doing what you're doing, and so it really is your responsibility to make sure you do well.
Right, so there's the responsibility factor, but based on your personality and who you are, you find like online is advantageous for you.
Yes, sir.
Really? Anybody here don't like online school? Like if they would prefer going physical school? Anyone? No one?
Nobody?
Hannah, you would prefer going to physical school over online?
Yeah.
Do you feel it would have affected your grades better or worse if you had go to school? Or you think or no effect?
I mean, if I had gone to school, there would have been a lot more activities that I would have had.
You just study the vibes. You just study the vibes at school.
And plus, some of my teachers, like some of the subjects, I find like they teach better in face-to-face than online. Like my labs were in jeopardy because like they made us come very last minute to do it.
Okay. And the next thing, with doing a bunch of, I think Timothy might be the best person to answer this question, to give some tips on this. And chat, get ready. I'm going to let you all ask them any question you'll want to ask them. So Timothy did 16 subjects, 16 ones.
So I could leave and come back because my audio kind of messed up.
Yeah, leave and come back. So I will throw this onto Rebecca because she did the next most number of topics. She did 13. How do you manage your time? Like, I'm a very busy person, and my time management tips might be different than yours, but you're a student. How do you manage your time? What tips do you have for that?
Well, from the beginning, I already knew the classes I had with both the student hub and school. So I was able to set the time, just make a study timetable in itself. And once you get that done with, I mean, you're not always going to stick to schedule. Something may happen, but just the gist of getting it, any free time you have to just go through your notes, maybe a bit. Um,
And
even
you say make a study time table, study schedule, and people ask me how to do that all the time. Like, what did you do? Like specifically, what did you do?
okay. It would be different for everyone, but for me, I would do a spaced repetition, I think it's called, where you would review the notes one day, 3 days later, you review it again, and you extend the time span as you go along so that it's constantly in your memory, but you're not actually leaving everything for one night to study alone. So
Okay.
that's something.
And like you have that. Yeah, go ahead, Leah.
I have a question, which is, did you give the same amount of time to every subject, or were there some subjects that you put more time into and some that you left with, a little less time towards studying?
The subjects I was comfortable with, like a few of the theory subjects, I didn't really look at them that much. More practical subjects like math, math, I put a lot more time towards practicing those.
Got it. But did you have like a physical timetable where you write down stuff? I'm doing this now, this now, this now, this now.
No, not.
So there's no physical timetable you have anywhere?
Yes, but not exactly. Like
so you just know the times that you have to do this, and you just keep all that in your mind, and you do you go according to that. Interesting. No physical timetable. Okay, so and how did you keep track of like what you know in each subject? Like I know this, I'm here studying. I want the actual like what you really did. I don't want the generic answer.
Usually every weekend I would do a past paper or two, plus all the assignments that I got from the student hub helped a lot with seeing what I was good with and not. Right. So I just went back with that review.
Also constant testing, which I have found as being the key as well. Timothy, like how you do your timetable then?
Well, sir, many people expect, that I might have like a timetable written down and a nice little schedule and stuff. But if I'm being completely transparent, I didn't have any timetable. I just work with my own routine. I didn't really have any timetable down. Probably each subject I had the syllabus in a Word document, and I tick off everything that I covered for the syllabus. But in terms of a timetable, I didn't really have a physical timetable. I just mentally wrote down what I had to do, and I just got it done. Yeah.
Right. So basically, similar to what I have been saying all the while. So like you have an idea of the objectives, where you good, where you need to fix up, and in each subject you have that. And I said, doing the past papers, you're just sharpening up that as you go along. So it's not that you have a timetable for having a timetable, say where you study at 2 hours, study this, study that, study that. You're just working on every weak point coming up. That's correct?
But one thing I had was a notebook. I used to go to school with a notebook, and I would write down each and every assessment, exam, and homework I have coming up. And then when I finish study, I would tick it off, each SBA, what changes I have to make to my SBA, and I would tick it off and stuff. Also, because my schedule was so tight and difficult, I wasn't able to make it to the student hub classes at the respective times. So on the weekends, I would always make like around 2 to 7 hours to sit down at a desk and we watch the videos at a time that was convenient to me, because I wasn't able to come home for the classes, because there are times I was leaving the school after 9-10 o'clock in the night.
Got it. So anybody here and the students used a physical timetable, like that's your personality, you have a physical timetable and you have this and that? Anybody? By show of hands? No physical. Oh, Miriam? Yeah.
So I didn't use that. So mine wasn't like a timetable saying what I'm doing like every weekend thing, but I am a terrible procrastinator. So when it came to Form 6, I I would just do time slots, like tell myself I need to study from 2 to 4.
Right.
And then every day, like in the morning, then I would decide what I would do, and I would plan out my day for that day. I wouldn't do like an entire week plan.
Okay. Sana, talk to me about motivation. I feel like I'm a highly motivated person, but I am 33 years old and have a lot of heap of reasons, two of them walking around, they're about this height, to be motivated. But why do you, how do you get your motivation? Like what, keeps you going?
Well, honestly, naturally, I'm not as motivated as I'd like to. I used to slack off a lot, and
Really?
but because my parents were paying for the classes, and I decided to leave school, and they supported that decision. I just had to make sure that I get the desired results, because I didn't want to waste their money. So that just gave me enough motivation to actually study.
Okay. So knowing that your parents paying for this, I might as well try and maximize it. There was something like that pressure. That was like one of the motivating factors for you. And Rahil, you always seem to talk with like a almost like a chip on your shoulder. Like I have to do this to be okay. Let's use Hannah as the example. Hannah can't be beating me in these student top assignments. I know I can, and all them girls is always be Hannah, Isabella, this one, that one, Rahil. So like, what was your motivating factor?
Well, I would normally say that as a joke, but I would use myself. So I would always try to be better than what I was yesterday. Do more in some small way.
Better.
Yeah.
So really,
Yeah.
better than how you were yesterday.
Yeah.
And in terms of like getting labs done.
Yeah.
Because students procrastinate with their SBAs, and what was your strategy for that, or what worked for you with that?
Well, I always try to do my labs as perfect as possible, and always try to do them in time. Like I was like the first person in like my class to finish a lab, or I was always on top of the labs.
So that's like your own personal contest. I gotta finish first. My lab's gonna be looking sweet. Thing.
Yeah.
Right, got it. Okay, so. Leah, do you have any questions for our esteemed guests?
Okay. Isabella hasn't answered anything for a while, so I have a question for her, which is, do you feel like when you think about like your entire career as a student, from like primary school straight through secondary school, do you feel like you were always the kind of student that would get the type of results you got, or do you feel like at some point something like a switch flipped that made you a little bit more motivated, or a little bit more driven? Like, yeah, well, how does your history as a student reflect the results that you got?
Well, I would say from being in primary school, my grandmother and my mother always had me on some sort of routine. Like from preschool straight up to secondary school, I was always in a routine. Like every time I would come home, I would go straight and I would complete homework and do assignments and get everything done. So I think from being 3, 4, 5 years old, coming straight up to being 17, you grow up in that routine, and in your head, it's not like, okay, maybe I could do this. It's like I have to do this because this is what is expected of me. Academically, I would say I was always where I wanted to be, and they put me where I wanted to be. So by having this routine, I eventually didn't have to have somebody come in and say, okay, it's time to do your homework. Okay, it's time to do this. Eventually, when it came up to like standard 3, standard 4, I was actually able to do everything on my own. And I think that is why I have the leeway that I have, and that's why I have the success that I have, because I perform as well as I do to please myself. I don't do it to please my mother. I don't do it to please anybody. I know that once I please myself, I will be happy with the results.
100%. And I see people talk side quests. Isabella also have a whole side quest. Isabella is part owner of a pretty successful business for a student at her age. That's correct, right, Isabella? Isabella, you hearing me?
Yeah, I work at a small business. Yeah, I am. I am part of a small business.
Right. And I don't know if you all remember the competition we had. They actually sponsored some of the stuff, some of the prize for the Call of Duty mobile competition. Do you think, well, I could be asking a rhetorical question here, but do you think it's possible for a student to like have a business or have a side quest, sports, and still achieve great results? And tips on that.
Yes, I do actually think that is true because you can't go through your entire life just work, work, work. And that is what I did up to a point in time until I went through this process where I was completely burnt out. I didn't have any motivation and I didn't want to do anything. I would just sit here and I would say, okay, I'll start in 5 minutes. And that 5 minutes never came. By having these other outlets, you still have this sense of productivity. And productivity, the word is thrown around and there are so many different meanings. Some people think productivity is just in terms of academics and schoolwork, and other people look at it in terms of other areas. I see productivity in terms of other areas, such as being part of a small business. Even though I still worked for somebody, I still saw it as me trying to better myself and gain some sort of experience. At this job that I work, I was actually in charge of like marketing, and I was one to actually propose the idea of the sponsorship for the Call of Duty competition.
Nice.
Nice.
Well, congratulations again. That's awesome. Some of the things you're saying here just make me feel so warm and fuzzy. That you're accomplishing these things. So, Hannah, did you have any side quests?
No, sleeping.
Sana, and in terms of environment, what kind of impact you think that had on your grades? I think everybody here could say like they have a good environment, like they have some good factor, parents, somebody cared enough to, or I don't think you paid for your lessons for the student hub, somebody paid for your lessons in the student hub and make sure that you had some environment. How important do you think that is, Sana?
I think it's generally really important to have like supportive parents and also even people who just support you. I know it helped me a lot. My parents, they are pretty laid back, but they always believe in me and my like my capabilities. So when I was leaving school, I was very skeptical. I was like, could I do this in a year? Could I, and they really helped me. So I think the environment is pretty important, a pretty important factor into success as it pertains to success.
Right. Timothy, boy, how much hours you sleep a day, boy?
Well, usually on most days I would go to bed around 3 o'clock.
What?
And what happened? Yeah.
What? You're talking around exam time. What do you mean 3 in the morning?
Yeah, 3 in the morning.
Wow. All right, bro.
Yeah, and I would usually wake up around 7.
3 to 7. I'm not recommending that. That's if you're doing 16
No.
subjects. What about now? You getting your sleep now?
Yeah, getting my sleep now. Yeah. I was very thankful that CSEC is over. But I'm back in school in a couple of weeks to prepare for KP.
Got it. So as you say, back in school and you're talking about the future, we at 7:44 here. We normally finish at 7:45. I want to ask everybody to just give me like, what you think your future plans is, what you want to become. Are you going to become a sleepologist? What are you going to use your subjects to pursue in the future? Timothy, let me start with you one time.
Well, for me, obviously, like doing that amount of subjects, it gives me a lot of options because I would like to say I'm a multi-talented person. I'm really good at information technology, so I could get into telecommunication business. I also have a couple business subjects, so I could open my own business. But my main goal or occupation is to become a corporate lawyer. My dad's from the United Kingdom, so hopefully I would apply for Cambridge and Oxford, and I would see if I would get accepted. And if I get accepted, I would pursue a law degree, and hopefully I could come back to Grenada and get into politics.
Love it. Love it. I'm privileged. We're privileged to know Timothy right now, and I pray for success in your journey, man.
Thank you
Sana.
very much.
I'm not really set on a career that I want to do. I really like mathematics, so I'm just planning to do a mathematics major and probably a minor in it's probably in business or some business related field. And then from then, plan to go on to like probably lecturing or I don't know what else, but
So you're not too sure yet, but you're keeping your doors open.
It's
So any
maths.
immediate future, Isabella, your camera loading. Any immediate future, like you're going into Cape?
Yeah, I'm going to keep, yeah.
All right. And what subjects? Business?
No, in Cape, I do in, well, yeah, I plan to do accounting, pure maths, and applied maths. Yeah.
Okay. Accounting. Okay. And Miriam?
I want to do engineering.
Which engineering?
So right now, I'm not sure. I need to choose in a
Okay.
few weeks. I like electrical and computer, biomedical, and then just last night I started looking at chemical engineering, and I really like that too. So
Right. All of those are really great. Chemical is tough to get a job in Trinidad right now, but we're not talking about that. We're just talking about what you really like. The opportunities for biomedical, computer, and electrical high as well. And so wait, you still have to do upper six.
yeah, but I need to be applying to universities now, so I need
Okay.
to choose my courses.
Love it. So you intend to study abroad as well, just like Timothy.
It depends on what school I get into and if it's worth the expense, because UESA has great engineering programs as well. So
Right.
I'll be happy studying here too.
Okay. Well, all the best in the future. Rebecca, what's up?
Well, currently during the weekdays, I'm doing AS and A levels, and on the weekends, I'm pursuing CAT. Well, it's like accounting. You'll get a degree in accounting.
Okay, yes.
And then I will be looking at a university and pursue a master's in business. But for
You're going into
occupation-wise,
business.
I'm not entirely sure as yet.
Okay, but you're going along the business line.
Yeah.
And A levels, so not Cape?
No.
Okay, got it. So all the best for you as well, Rebecca. Hannah, what's the plan? Sleep?
To be honest, I don't know what I want to do. So I had to choose my Cape because I decided to go to community college in San Lucia to bypass the time because of COVID. Initially, I was going to go straight to university, but because of COVID, so I'm doing Cape at the community college in San Lucia. Well, it's the only community college. So I've decided to do bio, French, and chemistry. Initially, it was either between law, history, and French, or biochemistry and French. But like to me, I feel like a doctor can go anywhere in the world, and a lawyer really can't. So
All right, okay. So you interested in traveling and thing?
yes,
Okay. Well, I can tell you that the student hub will very likely be passing through St. Lucia next year. So when we pass you, we get link. And you're
yes, we
teaching
will.
somebody accent and thing. Isabella, you're back. What's the plans?
So actually, I was actually accepted into Cape like 3 hours ago.
Congratulations.
So I have gone back to, thank you. I have gone back to do all business subjects, which would be management of business, accounting, and economics. I was considering pure and applied math. However, I have subject lines and they didn't just fall quite right. So I felt that the business subjects better resonated within me because I see myself taking my career as like an economist because I'm so invested into countries and their economies and the way that it works. And from what I've experienced with econ, I feel as if it is implemented into everyday life. and little things that I would do, and I would realize that economic concepts come into play, I would be so fascinated with, and I just can't wait to dig deeper into that.
Got it. Leah, when you hear from these students, you're feeling to cry, they're so full of potential and promise.
I know. Yeah,
It's so good. All right, Rahel, what's going on?
Well, I don't exactly know what career-wise I want to do, but I know as a person, I want to make a difference or impact, a positive impact on the world, whether it be like redefining a new concept or like how we think about something. But all I know is I want to make a good impact.
Nice. And for Cape, you're going into Cape?
Yeah, I'll be doing pure phys and chem.
Pure phys and chem. That's the subjects that I did in Cape. Well, Timothy, I see you like you're on the move day. So you all could, I don't know if you all want anybody following you all, but well, you can look for them on Instagram and hunt them down or whatever and ask them for any tips and thing. Don't ask them for their numbers, just ask them for tips and studying. And it was an honor to have you all here tonight. Thank you for being part of the Student Hub, and maybe a good few of you all will still be in the Student Hub in the next year. So looking forward to great things in the future. Wait, before I go. Anybody in the chat have any questions you want to ask them? I'll probably take 2 questions. So Sana, I'll just recap as you all asking questions. Sana, she did 6 subjects, all ones, and she did that by herself. She didn't go to school. She just did classes, mostly at the Student Hub. Timothy is the guy who did the 16 subjects from Grenada. All ones, Isabella, another student, one of my AdMath students, Hannah, Miriam, Rebecca, Rahel, all students at the Student Hub, and they got between 8 and 13 subjects, mostly ones. Studying tips, well, we covered a lot of that already. So if you have any specific subject questions. Hannah, what's your studying tip? What's your number 1 studying tip, Hannah?
I guess getting into a quiet place where there will be no distractions and setting like a time that you sit down and you do your work. Okay. And also, when you're doing that, don't do it like when you feel like you want to do it, that's when you should do it. Because when you don't feel like it tends to be boring for you.
Say that again, when you feel like...
I generally study when I feel like I want to study. I don't just go and study. It's when I really feel like I want to go and study. So that's when I study. In a quiet place.
What gives you that feeling that you want to go and study?
I will just feel it.
Do you have any specific strategies for getting yourself in the studying mood?
I will automatically feel like go and do it if I feel like I want to do it. I don't know.
I feel like that is not a universal feeling, Hannah.
Yeah.
People may get that feeling once a year. They may get that feeling watching this video now, but all through the year they may not get that at the right times. Facts, she talking facts, says somebody. But this is true. You want to study when you're feeling it, but you need that advice for a student writing next year in fair and who always tired but is determined to pass. Anybody want to answer that? Anybody here suffering from always tired?
I would say just every time you attend classes, just make it worthwhile. I was a student that studying wasn't really my thing. I never liked to learn and study, but I would always make sure, no matter what I had to do, go to my classes. And once you are fully invested into your classes and you pay attention and you ask questions and you are interactive, you will understand a lot more than you think you do. So you definitely don't need to spend all this time into studying.
That's so true for online classes. I think one of the things students take for granted is that how much engagement can help you study help you learn in an online class. So you already had a good class, you might as well make the best out of it, and you would eat off some of the time that you had to use for studying later on. So we'll have that. We'll probably have some of them back sometime in the future, maybe next year. Who knows? We'll have some of you all back, but we're gonna keep to the time. Love and blessings, everybody. Thank you for coming out.
Good night.
Thank you for having us up.
You're welcome.
Thank you for having us, sir.